Good morning. It's Lisa with Soulshine, and it's morning tea with me, and I've got my tea in my at-home mug because I have a little bit of at-home stuff, but then I'm going to be on the go. But today I did a green tea. I did almond cookies with some vitamin D and local honey. Cheers to you. Hot like lava. So this morning, I have to fully admit, I woke up grumpy, tired. It was a long weekend of baseball, and I thought, I'm just going to go back to sleep, which is never a good idea. It always makes you more grumpy, at least for me. So I tried to investigate as to why I'm feeling grumpy, tired, overall yucky. And I realized this evening, I'm teaching a class called Propel Women. Not really teaching, more like facilitating or leading. And this evening's topic is communication. And I'm a huge believer in that the fact that there's no coincidences, that everything lines up in the exact time and the proper moment, often from different angles, all for your common good. And when I also believe that when the student is ready to learn, the teachers emerge. So there's no coincidence that today's topic on Propel Women is communication, when also I get a book this weekend I was devouring, and the chapter I was most fascinated with was 1 hour conversation with a friend. So communication, conversation, it's all the same. So in this chapter it talks about finding a good friend and holding on to them and sharing your most vulnerable moments and thoughts and fears, all the stuff. And that's one thing that I've really struggled with. In fact, when I was in college, I had a boyfriend that admitted he knew nothing about me, and that not only did he not know anything about me, but none of my friends knew anything about me. And I just thought, I'm this small town girl, super boring life, alone most of the time, climbing trees, making up songs, praying, sliding on the slide, climbing in a tire pit. My dad was a mechanic. Pretty much just doing things on my own, and I liked it that way. There was no conflict. I just figured things out on my own, which carries on into my adult life too. When things get tough or yucky, I just figure it out on my own. I go inside and I just quiet down and don't talk to anybody, and I just get it done, which is good in some aspects, but which has created a lot of problems on other aspects. So there's no coincidence that God has been leading me into this opening up, being more proactive in my life, and now He's teaching me about communication. So it not being my first default, open communication, again, like I said, it's easier just to withdraw and figure it out on my own. This chapter has been pretty amazing. I'm probably going to reread it today and then journal a little bit about how I got to this point and how I can get better. Because I really want to utilize this in my leading for this evening's Propel class, because I don't want anything to go to waste. I want to kind of look at it, but not camp out there, and then figure out how I can get better. So communication is not my, I know it seems like it sometimes because I talk on here all the time with morning tea with me, but in person, in real life, and people, and then also nurturing really good friendships doesn't come the easiest to me. And I've lost several friends, maybe because of it, or maybe because God has plucked them out of my life because He knew the path would take me somewhere that's not really good, but that's happened a few times too. But yeah, nurturing friendships and communication and conversation is not always the easiest, and feels a little clumsy for me. So I'm working on that. So I really want to dive into that today, take maybe an hour, journal, figure it out, and then use it for good for this evening, because maybe there's some other ladies that are really struggling with conversation and heartfelt communication. I don't know. Let me know if you struggle with communication and bonding with another human being on a deeper level, not just surface stuff like how's the weather. How do you overcome that? What kind of questions do you ask your friends to get to know them better and be honest? I like to hear that stuff because maybe I can use that in this evening's class too and help me and others. So let me know what you're thinking about that. I'm going to jump off here and do a little bit of journaling since the house is quiet, and I'll let you know what I come up with tomorrow and how this evening's class with Propel Women goes. I'm kind of excited and nervous. I think anytime you grow and stretch, it's nerve-wracking. It feels weird and awkward. It's like everything is fighting against the norm. I'm a normal, figured out kind of gal and very cerebral. So talking in front of a big crowd is a little tough for me, but hopefully it comes out with great clarity. I'll pray all over it before I go out. So I'd like to hear some of the things that, if you also struggle with communication or connecting with other human beings, and how you've overcome it if you have. And if you haven't, let me know that too, because I'd love to realize I'm not the only weirdo out there. So I'm going to jump off here and do a little journaling. I hope you know that whatever you're doing today, and at whatever stage of learning and leading and bonding with other human beings you are, I hope you know that I'm sending you much love, and I really hope you have a most marvelous day. Join me tomorrow, and I'll catch you up on what I come up with more morning tea with me tomorrow. Love you much. Mwah, mwah, mwah.